Now, guys, so as I do this video, I just want to start off by saying this video is not all about demonizing women and oh my god, women are so terrible and men are just kings. I don't know. No, like, there's some crazy motherfuckers out there too, bro. There's some crazy motherfuckers out there in men and women. But I just want you guys to hear me out as I make this video with the points that I have to make things very clear. So let's get into this video. When it comes to men, first of all, wanting to stay single, I can't blame nobody because of the way the world currently is today. It's as crazy as it's ever been. Western women are batshit crazy. Good women in the world still exist. But traditions have gone out the window. It's like women that went against men. Men are the same. It's the women that have changed, but I'm not saying men don't ever do anything wrong. They definitely do. For example, I don't know if you guys know Addison Rae, TikTok star, probably the biggest TikTok star to exist, but at least top 5, I would say first, second, third, I would say. But her parents was in a successful marriage, successful family, everything, 3 kids, and her father cheated on her mom because her mom got older, right? So as women get older and they go through the time where they have kids and stuff like that, they become less attractive to the guy because she's not the same as she used to be. It's just the way it is. And for guys to do that when a woman did so much and sacrificed her body to create a wonderful life for both of them, it's honestly a slap in the face. And these things happen. This man cheated on her with a 25-year-old female. And, you know, things like that happen all the time. I even know people in real life where this happened to that I was pretty close with. I dated a girl before, and there was 3 daughters in the family. Her mom, her dad, 2 other sisters. She was the 3rd sister. And her dad left. Her dad was not attracted to her mom anymore. He was starting to drink a lot of alcohol. That's usually what happens when you're unhappy. And that's what started to happen. So he left her, got with somebody else. She met a new man, whatever. These things happen. Men do things too. And I honestly believe a woman's biggest fear is these types of things happening. Because everything's fine and dandy when you're young and beautiful, both of you. But when you get together, you get in a relationship, you have kids, and you get older, you're creeping up on 40, or you're 40, and you're getting closer to 50, attraction will get lost at one point. Not all the time, but a lot of the time it does. And I think it's unfair to abandon your girl that you've been with since day one. But it happens. Some guys just can't help it. They lose attraction, and you can't force yourself to be attracted to somebody. You know what I mean? You cannot force that. Just like you can't force a lot of things in life, and that's just something that happens, man. Like, a lot of men mess up in these cases. And I don't know what else to say about it. I'm just trying to point out that there's bad of both. It's not right to do shit like that. You should be loyal. You shouldn't throw somebody under the bus like that, because they made your life great for years. They gave you a freaking family. And you stabbed them in the back. Shouldn't do that. You gotta be loyal. Even if you talk to your wife and she let you be intimate with younger girls or something like this, if she was alright with it, then I guess. But if not, you gotta be loyal, bro. You gotta be loyal. I'm not saying that is right or anything is right or wrong. I'm just saying these are things that happen. And I think it's smart to talk things out at a young age with the person you're going to be with about the future, about how things are going to be, about how things can change and stuff like this. But, you know, these things happen, and I'm not joking, bro. Like, it's even the same with female dogs. Like, one of my old best friends, he had a male and a female pit bull. And his female pit bull was the most beautiful dog, one of the most beautiful dogs I've ever seen in my life. And when his dog went into heat, I was about to say have babies and have puppies, the dog never looked as sharp as it did after that. And it goes to show, when a woman has children, things change. And I would agree that a lot of women can rebound after at least a single kid, having one kid, and look fine and dandy still. But when you have kids on top of aging after a while, it will catch up. So you can lose attraction. These things can happen. And I don't make the rules, I'm just reporting them. Men can typically, let's say a man and a woman they take good care of themselves. A man is going to look sharper as he gets older over a woman. Women age quicker. They just do. And studies even showed, like, men's skin is 20 or 30% thicker than women's. Women's skin will sag a lot quicker than a man's. And we're talking about two people right now that take care of themselves. If you do that and you look at the results when it's said and done, men stay sharper for longer. If you look at whenever males and females are young, you see 15, 16-year-old girls that look damn near freaking 21, 22, 23, maturity-wise, and how their bodies are filled out and stuff like this. You guys know what I mean. And there's 15, 16-year-old boys that look like 8 years old. I don't know about that young, but like pretty damn young. You know what I mean? So women hit a wall a lot quicker than a man. So things can happen. Problems can happen as you guys get older. And this is why I believe men should honestly date women significantly younger than them. So these types of things don't happen nearly as much. Because if you do that, you'll kind of meet up in the end and kind of be on the same page, if that makes sense. Let's say you're 45 as a man and she's 35, 36, 37 as a woman. You're probably going to be at the same, it's going to be close age-wise. Let's say you're 50, she's 40, 41, 42-ish. 43, who knows. Let's say 7-10 years, you're older. You'll be around the same, you'll be on the same level about age-wise. And you know what they say, a lot of the time women are attracted to guys 4 to 10 years older than they are. That's not me just saying this. This is an actual study. And it makes sense. A lot of even young females that I know are not attracted to any guys their age. That's like 16, 17, 18, so they stay single right now. Because there's older guys they're attracted to that they might not be able to have just yet, but they will eventually. So they stay single. And it makes sense. And it's not that they can help it. You're attracted to what you're attracted to. But with all this being said, I'm just trying to explain like where things are and how things are and how men can mess up and how things can go wrong. And it is what it is. But when it comes to women, when it comes to men, like for the average guy, I would probably stay single if I was you. Say you make 40, 50, 55, 60K tops a year. If I was you, I would probably stay single. I probably would. And just kind of just not get married. You know what I mean? Not have one girl. Because it could end very bad. And I'm not saying I'm going to be single. I really don't believe that's going to happen. But for the average guys, I probably would stay single. And it's all about what you want. It's all about what you want at the end of the day. I'm just saying, if I was more in the average category of making and being, I probably would stay single. And if you really want to make things work with somebody, I'd probably level up. All because women's standards, this isn't even about you. Women's standards have gone through the roof. And I believe this is why a lot of guys are staying single. Because a lot of guys can't live up to what most women want today. So a lot of guys are staying single. Which, if that's where I was, I would stay single. I was even single. And I'm single right now, but I was single when I was on my come up for a reason. If I got stuck at a certain position, making a certain amount of money, I would probably be single. Because shit's just not going to work with these kind of emails nowadays. You know what I mean? So you really have to get shit popping if you want to get married, if you want to have a girl. Because you have to be able to change her life significantly. If she can do everything you can do for her, it's not going to be worth it for her to get in that relationship. Because everything you can give her, she can give to herself. If that makes sense. And I'm not saying this is right or wrong or whatever. This is how they think. And I'm just trying to tell you guys this. And when you're young, man, like, it's not this way. Things change when you get older. When you're young, none of this stuff even matters. Everybody's on the same page. Everyone's kind of equal. So none of this stuff even comes to play. But as you get older, it does. It becomes more about the money making. It becomes more about a girl's going to date a guy for their potential. A guy's going to date a girl that he could really make things work with and stick with till the end of time. So it's all about what you want at the end of the day. I don't blame guys for wanting to stay single. I think most honestly should, with the way shit is today. But it's all about what you want. And you have to know what you want, and you have to know what you have to be willing to do to get what you want. That's all it comes down to. That's literally all it comes down to. So, the ball's in everybody's court. You got the ball. What you gonna do with the ball? What you gonna do with the ball? Right? Shoot your shot. Do whatever you gotta do. Do what's best for you. I think every guy, every girl should do what's best for them. And I believe guys that are with girls and get married and have the kids, I think You 1000% should stay loyal, should stay faithful, unless she completely changes and starts to ruin your life or some shit, because that's giving you a reason to get out of it. But if everything's going like very well, and you stab her in the back after all that you guys done, to me that shit ain't right. That is not loyalty. That is selfishness. Just like this story I told you guys in the beginning of this video with the Addison Rae parents type thing. That's very selfish, because those people are very successful. This guy's very successful. That man is very successful. Even the woman is very successful. But as she gets older, her looks start to fade. And the crazy thing is, she was still a good looking older lady. Like literally. But once you get old, man, your skin starts to sag, and it is what it is. Obviously, she can't compete with a 25-year-old female that is pretty much in her prime. Can't. A 40-year-old woman cannot compete with a 25-year-old. Can't. Cannot. So, he got greedy, man. He got greedy. He got selfish, and he did what he did. He had 3 children. His girl, his wife. And he decided to do that. His daughter now does not like him. His mother obviously does not like him. And that's what happens, man. Like, you get greedy. And like I said, I think this is a lot of women's biggest fear of these types of things happening. And I can see why. But I'm just saying, with me, I would never do that dumb shit. I would stay loyal. I would stay faithful. It's just something you have to do. These guys are no better than promiscuous women that get greedy and do crazy shit too. And take money from men. Get in these marriages. Screw them over. Get custody of the children. Completely screw them over. These types of guys are no better than those types of women. There's bad fucking dudes out there, and there's bad women. There's no doubt about it. So, I wanted to lay down these facts in this video and just let you guys know your options, what you got to do. It's all about what you want, like I said. And whatever you want, make that come to pass. You know what you have to do. You know what you have to do. If you look at yourself and say, all I care about is just being average, making the average money, doing the average things and stuff like that, that's what it's going to be. In that case, I would recommend you to stay single. You can still find a woman and possibly make things work, but you're running high risk, because a lot of things go wrong in those situations, bro. I'm not joking, and especially in the world we're living in today. You would have been above average, even making 50, 60K back in the day. Way above. That would have been great. You would have been able to slay. You would have been able to get all the women. But now, that's like low standard, which is nuts. But that's the world we're living in today. And at the same time, guys, like, there's nothing wrong with preferences. I have my preferences. Certain women in the world have their preferences. There's some women that will not date a guy under 6 feet tall, that make a certain amount of money, that does this, that does that, certain things like this. I have my preferences. I could just look at some people and know for a fact, like, where they would stand with me. I'm not joking. Like, there's people you look at and it's like, you just know in your mind, no way. You just know for a fact, that's definitely not the person. Definitely not. And there's some people where it's like, maybe. Something good, maybe. You never know. And there's some people like, probably. You can just tell by just looking at some people, bro. Who would be your type and who wouldn't be. And it goes further than looks, but like, that's the first thing that gets you in the door. Someone's appearance. That's the first thing that gets you in the door. People can call that superficial, this or that or that or this. Everyone has their preferences. I don't see a problem with it. Just like you. Just like me. Like, the people you were with, someone caught your eye. I guarantee you it was because of looks. I guarantee it. But like I said, looks is not enough in itself. That's just what gets you in the door. So that's the initial thing. That's why I say, just by the way some people look, how they're dressed, how they carry themselves, their energy, you can tell if you would or would not. I can tell by the way some people walk. I can tell by the way some people just are. You can just tell that's not your type. You have a type, that's not your type. That's okay. There's somebody else's type probably, but not yours. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, and like, yeah, I'm 5'11". There's some women that no matter what, they would not give me a shot because I'm not 6 feet tall. But I am 6 feet tall with shoes on, so I might get in the door with that. I'm 6'1" with boots on. Could probably get in the door with that. Who knows? But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, that's fucked up. Oh my God. And point the finger and just, like, it don't really matter. Like, never in my life was like, oh my God, I'm not someone's type. Like, nah. Like, it's all good. Like, this is something women complain about a lot more than men do. If men don't meet a certain thing, you're not going to see them really complain. It would be rare to see that. But women, on the other hand, a lot of them, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them really do complain about some guy having standards like, don't be a hoe. Don't be promiscuous. No girls' nights out without me. You're not going to go drinking with all your girls and be around all these guys while you're drinking and shit like this. Like, that's unacceptable. You can't do that. I'm just giving standards off of my head to what a lot of guys have. And guys' standards for some of these girls, it's unacceptable. Like, in these girls' eyes, they're not on board with it. But it's like they can have all those standards for the guy they have, but the guy can't have standards for her. Right? So, bottom line is, women are very complicated. Men are very simple. The higher value the man, the more complicated he probably will be. But when it comes to most men, when it comes to most women, most men are not that fucking complicated. And most women just are. Most women's standards are through the roof. Which is why you see things the way they are. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying I'm not saying bad men don't exist. They freaking do. I'm not saying bad women don't exist. We all know they do. We all know that. Both genders can be bad. But I want to make the points in this video that I made, and that's pretty much it. So, life is whatever you make it at the end of the day. It's whatever you want. I just really suggest to all men and women that's watching this video, in your mind, you know what you want. You know your standards. If you want to make that happen, it starts with you. It really starts with you. If you're a female and you want a specific guy, very specific, you have to be exactly what he wants to be. That is how you get the guy. You don't get the guy just, oh, I want the guy. I deserve the guy. I deserve that. Yeah. But do you? Are you even what he wants? Because that's the easiest way you're going to get the guy, is to become what he wants. And that is the opposite of being selfish. Because you are taking into consideration what your partner wants. Do you not think I know this for myself? Absolutely. The same thing with these women that I'm going to be with. They got to know what I want too. Because if you're not what I want, you're not going to get me. If I'm not what you want, I'm not going to get you. This is how it is. It's just how it is. Everybody has standards. If you want someone to accept you as you are, lower your standards. Because it's what you're going to have to do. If you're a guy or a girl, you're going to have to lower your standards. If you have that mentality, just accept me as I am, and you have all these issues and a whole bunch of shits out of line, you're not going to get too far like that, and especially with that mindset. You have to hold yourself to a higher standard first, and then you will attract something that is higher caliber, higher status, higher standard. So that's just how it is, and that's it.